Hey everyone, I'm making a video, obviously. I'm taking it back to the old school with that intro, huh? Anyhow, y'all, this video is about the YouTube channel Chosen One. In this video, I'm going to be discussing other channels as well that are similar to Chosen One, and also some channels that have been exposing the Chosen One. I wanted to go ahead and start off with a trigger warning that some of the things that are going to be discussed in this video are sad and may trigger some. There's going to be discussion about active addiction and prostitution and that kind of stuff. So if any of those things tend to trigger you, this would not be the video for you. Anyhow, let's get this started. Chosen One is a YouTube channel ran by a creator by the name of Tom. I had found Tom about 4 or 5 years ago while I was searching on YouTube for videos of abandoned buildings. I'm fascinated with anything abandoned, mostly buildings though, so I really liked his content. When I had first found him, his content only consisted of him recording abandoned buildings or his drives around Detroit and kind of, recording people walking around and mostly prostitutes walking around. He wouldn't talk to them, he would just film them from far away without them knowing. And did I think it was kind of weird? Yeah, but anyhow, in the last 2 years, he's actually gone up to these prostitutes and started interviewing them. He's interviewed quite a few ladies. Some of the ladies he's built close relationships with, and others, he's done a couple interviews with them, but I wouldn't say he's very close to them. However, out of about, I would say, like 20, 25 different girls he's interviewed, 6 of them have turned up dead. This has caused suspicion that Tom could potentially be the one that's killing these women. Several different creators have done videos on Tom and this situation. There's one channel dedicated to it, however, called Chosen One's Victim Support. The person that runs this channel has done some investigative work and clocked when these girls were interviewed by Tom and when they died. And the majority of them did their interview and died 3 to 4 weeks later. That is just a little bit of controversy that Tom's been involved with. My video is not going to really be based on that. However, I'm going to put links in the description to some of those channels and some of those videos so you guys can go check that out. Just going on my gut feeling, I don't feel like Tom is killing these girls. However, I feel like when you are documenting people that are in such a vulnerable position, you need to be more careful. We don't know. The person killing these girls could be watching Tom's videos and kind of, mapping out their whereabouts. That brings me to the point in my video. The vulnerable people that Tom and some other creators have been documenting and doing interviews with that are homeless and live on the street and are in active addiction. The other creators I'm talking about is Frank at ATG Vlogs. He does Faces of Kensington. And also there's a guy named Mark who runs a channel named Invisible People. He documents homeless people all over the world. He's actually probably the first one to do this on YouTube. He's wonderful. I love that guy. And then there's also another man named Mark who runs a channel called Soft White Underbelly. Now, I have supported all 3 of these guys I just mentioned and Tom. I no longer support Tom, and I'm on the fence of no longer supporting Mark at Soft White Underbelly, but that's going to be in part 2. I'm going to address him in my part 2 because he did an interview, and I'll just address it in part 2. Anyhow, back to Tom and the subject of the vulnerable people he documents. I just feel like, he kind of tries to put himself out there, and he probably had good intentions in the beginning, but I feel like these women feel some type of void in his life, and it's the relationships that he has made out on Michigan Avenue have become really toxic for probably him and definitely them. Something happened a few weeks ago. Another creator here on YouTube, her channel is called Miss Cray Cray Debbie. She's a friend of mine, and she was going to do an interview with Tom. She lives in Flint, Michigan, and, she has things in common with the ladies he interviews, but she has, gotten sober and gotten her life together. And she, suggested that he share a success story. They exchanged emails and they were going to set up an interview. However, Debbie ended up seeing a few videos online of how he talked to some of the people he interviewed, saying nasty things about women, some of the serial killer theory stuff, and she just wanted to call off the interview. She was, didn't really like the feel of the whole situation. So she ended up letting him know that she wasn't going to do the interview. Tom felt a certain type of way about it, went on a live stream, said, he's not going to interview her anymore because she's boring. He blew her off and all this stuff. And that was a lie, because I know that for a fact, because she was in DMs with me talking about it, saying, I don't want to do this interview, Captain, kind of like spooked about the whole situation. And yeah, so it wasn't true. He didn't blow her off. So anyhow, I'm going to play you a clip of him talking about Debbie. Then I'm going to go on to play a couple other clips that disturb me, and I'll comment after each one.
You just get the fuck out of here now, before we waste any more of each other's time. May block this stupid bimbo, will ya? Goddamn aggravating bitch. Now they can ask where you're at. Thank you. Any other questions? Stupid bitch. Yeah, get lost. I don't talk to you either. Boring ass, stupid life of yours, who cares? I've been to funerals that are more exciting than anything you've ever done. Yeah, Cray is actually Ali's daughter. That's another made-up profile. Stupid bitch, who want an interview? It looks like something out of a goddamn Munsters movie. I don't know why that busy bitch think I'd want to interview her goddamn Morticia-looking ass. Oh, goddamn Tales of the Crypt. I think Cray was that Jamie kook under a different ID. They get so pissed off that they can't even wait a day or an hour to come back and try again. They get so pissed off, they log right back in with their other screen name and do something like that.
That behavior right there is disgusting. She called off an interview. He was embarrassed about it, felt a certain type of way, and gets on a live stream and trashes her and tells everybody she's so boring and ugly that he didn't want to interview her. Get the fuck out of here, Tom. After Debbie called off the interview, she had done a video on poverty porn. Poverty porn, also known as development porn, famine porn, or stereotype porn, has been defined as any type of media, be it written, photographed, or filmed, which exploits the poor condition in order to generate the necessary sympathy for selling newspapers or increasing charitable donations or support for a given cause. It also suggests that the viewer of the exploited protagonist is motivated by gratification of base instincts. It is also a term of criticism applied to films which objectify people in poverty for the sake of entertaining a privileged audience. I'm glad Debbie did this video educating people on poverty porn, because it's explaining what I've been trying to articulate about the fine line that these creators are walking in interviewing these vulnerable people. I feel like if you're going to interview people like this on your channel, there needs to be a certain amount of healthy boundaries put in place. You need to have a certain amount of understanding and patience. You need to have education on addiction and trauma or experience in that department, something, Now I want to play you guys a clip of what I feel is a perfect example of poverty porn. Tom posted this video a couple years back, I think, and then he reposted it about a month ago. I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to comment after, and then I'll play one more clip, and then I'll wrap it up.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
I don't know.
I can't let you in.
Okay, maybe I could understand why Tom didn't let her in the car for safety reasons. There has been situations where a woman will act like they're in distress and two dudes will pop out of nowhere and you're going to get robbed. But that wasn't the situation here. He zoomed in on her with his camera from far away. She didn't even know he was there. It's not like she came asking for help. So what the hell was the point of asking her what's wrong if you didn't have any interest in helping her? What makes matters worse is in the comment section of this video, somebody asks what's wrong with this woman, and Tom responds with, she's overdosing. I don't know if he knew she was overdosing when he did the actual video, or if he found out later. It doesn't really matter, that's irrelevant. The fact is that he knew she was overdosing when he posted this a month ago. This video wasn't posted to give someone a voice. This video was not posted to spread awareness about the streets of Detroit. This was posted for Tom's content, and that's it. Next clip I'm going to show you is of an interview Tom did with a girl named Raven. Raven is one of the girls that he checks in with regularly. She's really upset in the video, and at one point she asked Tom to stop recording, but he just kept recording. He didn't even listen to her. So I'm going to play the clip, and then I'll wrap it up after this.
I didn't want to just spring that on you. Now I'm recording.
Don't do it.
Now I'm recording you.
You got a whole bunch of cops. 3 of them surrounded me just now.
I know, but what I'm saying is I didn't want to be recording when I told you that.
I know, I probably should have though. I want to pull the ball off this food so I'm good. Because I was crying for the cops and like freaking out. Never forget every second. I didn't want to read them. I got perturbed myself. And this was packaged so pretty and I wrote it. I'm too stressed
That
out.
whole box.
This is why, because
hey,
you said this.
Hey, Rebecca.
I know.
Don't do that to her.
I wasn't going to ruin it. But you told me she got divorced. She's 4.
She got married and divorced.
Wait, this is from my sister?
Yeah.
Who?
The one in the UP. Sarah.
I can't do this on camera right now. This is too, personal to me.
Box it up and put it in your bag.
I don't know why. You told me not to.
I know. That's all right.
I've seen a lot of interviews with Raven, but I've never seen her in this bad a shape. You can clearly hear her tell Tom in the beginning, don't record, and then in the end, you can clearly hear her say, this is too personal for me to do on video, I can't do this. I don't know if Raven has any kids, but she has family, and she's clearly at the worst part of her life right now. Like, this is her bottom, and if she were to ask Tom to take it down, I'm sure he wouldn't. He's proven this to us. Over on Chosen One's victim support, she talks about, I guess, one of the girls that passed away, her family had reached out to Tom asking him, please take down that video. Her kids seen it, or they don't want her kids to see it, or something like that. And Tom refused to take it down, and they had to take legal recourse. One of the girls that passed away's name is Penny. And in Penny's video description, he talks about how he had taken it down in the beginning right after she passed away. And then he decided to put it back up because other people on YouTube had it screen recorded it on their channels, and you can search and search and search, and I can't find it, at least. If you guys can find it, let me know in the comment section. I have not found any other creator that has Penny's video posted. Except for Chosen One's girls, and he doesn't even count. He supposedly is advocating for these girls and, you know, trying to expose Tom when really he's pretty much like the same person. I'm going to address that guy in part 2 anyhow. At the end of the day, I think we all know why he keeps the girls that died's videos up, because they get the most views. Tom puts out there like he's this do-gooder that doesn't care about views, when really he cares about views. He said it himself that any black woman that he's ever interviewed doesn't get that many views, and whenever he's mad at somebody, he calls their story boring, and, you know, no one would want to watch your interview anyway. So he obviously cares about views. That's something else that I wanted to address in part 2, is Tom's channel being monetized and the views and the reason why he keeps certain videos up and all that stuff. And I also wanted to address Soft White Underbelly and Chosen One's girls and, you know, maybe a few other things. Anyhow, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope y'all liked the video. Love y'all.